Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia, and we've done this before and we're going to do it again because right now it's a snow day, so it's a great day for an indoor video. Today we just got information, or very recently we just got information on the 2020 Kia Sportage. Now first of all, this is not an all new model. This is not like the Telluride where it's completely new, but it is refreshed. There are some changes, and I have another spec sheet which I can go over with you like I have with other cars. I can't send this to you, I can't email it to you, but I can talk to you about what's in it. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're inside in this poorly lit media room. I've got a picture up that is not a Kia Canada picture. It's just one I found online, but it very closely resembles the picture that I can't email out to you. So we're going to show you basically the 2020 Kia Sportage. Now, first of all, 2019 Kia Sportage, we still have them in stock right now. This vehicle for us is coming later this year. We could pre-order one for you today, but we don't have an exact delivery date yet. We do have pricing. We have everything you would need to know to order it, and we could get you a date if you're interested in placing an order. I just haven't got it right this second for this video. So if you're interested in a 2019 Kia Sportage, it's very similar. There's not a ton of differences, and it's going to be a good time to buy one. Good time to get a great deal. If you're interested in the 2020, this car is out in Europe already. It's been on the roads, and I'm going to tell you about it. So first of all, what's new? Well, let's talk about that. Exterior, radiator grille, front bumper and skid plates, LED headlamps, fog lamps, projection LED type fog lamps. Wheel design is a refresh, the side sill, the rear combination lamp, the rear bumper and skid plate. So basically a refresh. We're talking bumpers, lights, a little bit of a difference down on the bottom here potentially, and of course the wheels. We've got 3 different wheel sizes. We'll talk about that in a second. Inside, the steering wheel's new. There's a little bit of difference around the screen bezel. AC vents, clusters, some of those things are different. So what you're going to see is a refreshed interior, very similar to the current model, but also different again, just slight differences. The big thing is an 8-inch display now is standard. So you're gonna have the 8-inch screen in the center of the dash, that's standard. So you're gonna see that. It's gonna have lane keeping assist, much like our Forte, so we're gonna talk about that in a second. Driver attention warning, UVO intelligence is also available. And it's realigned some features in there. So this is a document that they tell us right on the document, hey, this could change between now and when it comes out. So anything I say in this video, I might be completely wrong, but I will go through what it says here and my interpretation of it, and then you'll have an idea of what we know so that you can maybe make some decisions for yourself about whether getting a 2019 Sportage or waiting for a 2020. All right, moving on. Again, all this could change. That's what they're telling me here. Next page. All right. We'll skip that page because that's nothing really that interesting there. All right, let's talk about trim levels. LX front wheel drive. We have one like that now. This is where the trim levels begin. Drive mode select. So basically, if you've looked at our 2019, or if you haven't, maybe you should check out our website, check out Kia's website. 2019 Sportage is going to have all the features on this. The one thing I'm wondering is they still have a drive mode select button. So what they've been doing with our drive mode select buttons in all the new builds has been putting a smart mode in. The smart mode is basically you can move from eco to sport to comfort, but the smart mode sort of chooses on its own for you. So what that means is that some people find when you put an eco mode, it can maybe feel a little sluggish to get on the highway. Or sport mode, of course, doesn't help fuel economy, and when you keep it in sport mode and you're just putzing around, maybe that's not the right mode either. So the smart mode will sort of change automatically between the two. It's my favorite mode to drive in the new Sorento, in the new Forte. So I'm wondering if that drive mode select button will have that smart mode. So something to consider. I don't know yet, but we do know there'll be multiple drive modes like there always has been. And I'm expecting maybe there to be a smart mode in this one, which would be great. Still a 6-speed transmission, still the same carryover engine, 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. Towing capacities for whether the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder or the turbo engine, 2 liter turbo engine, towing capacity is 2,000 pounds, so still a good amount of towing capacity for a small SUV, but the same regardless of the engine. So you don't get even though you have an increase in power with a 2 liter turbo, no increase in towing capacity. All right, moving through a lot of the same stuff. 17-inch alloy wheels, of course, they are different alloy wheels. Projector beam headlights, those kind of things. Now, I did mention LED lights. I'm not sure if they're on every trim level. For instance, our Forte has really good looking LED lights. The Soul is going to have some really good looking LED lights. We're going to sort of see what level they come out on here. It seems to indicate here they only are on the higher trims, but again, this information may change between now and when we see the vehicle. Big things we're talking about, that 8-inch display audio. So that is now standard in the LX front wheel drive. Every car will have that 8-inch screen. What does that do for you? Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You've got a rear view camera in there as well, so with the guidelines. So again, it's basically our big display. Now I shouldn't say big anymore because we're now moving to a 10.25 inch screen in our Soul and in our Telluride. But the same as our Stinger right now, same as every car we have on the showroom today, this is the biggest screen we have, an 8-inch screen. So we went 7 and 8-inch screen for a while. 8-inch screen's a big one. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and that is about it for differences. Cruise control, I mean, tons of great features. This car was already a real value leader for features, but now you get that bigger screen and that backup camera. All right, moving on, the LX all-wheel drive really just adds the all-wheel drive, changes the bumper up a little bit. So this looks to me to be the 2-wheel drive bumper. It used to have a little stick out there. With our current model, it looks like it'll probably have the same thing here. The all-wheel drive bumper will probably curl in more. It does give you a better approach angle and departure angle, which are 4-wheel drive terms. What that means is from the wheel up here, you'll have a little more ground clearance on the 4-wheel drive model, so you can climb over things. These aren't designed to be heavy-duty off-road things, but if you're on a country road and you go over some rocks or bumps or anything else, it'll give you a little bit more clearance on the 4-wheel drive model as well. It's really just a styling difference in the bumper, so you can tell at a glance which one's different. All right, moving up to the EX model. Here's where some interesting things are going on. EX model gets you to push-button start. That's what I like. It also has a wireless cell phone charger. So we've been doing that in a lot of our cars now. You can see it in many of our cars, Forte, Nero, lots of the cars will have that wireless cell phone charger. So if you want that feature in the new Sportage, the 2020 Sportage, you're looking at an EX model. 10-way power seats. Now there's still cloth on the EX model. Heated steering wheel, heated, what do we go? Leather steering wheel. Yeah, so heated steering wheel. Looks like heated seats I think are on every car, but the heated steering wheel moves in on the EX trim level. So that's different than our Rio and our Forte, which you can get the heated steering wheel in every trim level. This one is just the EX trim level on the Sportage, 2020 Sportage. LED cabin lighting as well. I really like LED cabin lighting, makes it really a bright, white, clean light. So that also comes in on the EX trim. Moving forward to EX all-wheel drive, here's where you start getting a number of features that are really make the car look sharp. So you've got the smart power liftgate. That is the powered liftgate, which you can also do. A lot of our competitors, you have to wave your foot underneath the rear bumper to raise the rear tailgate on its own. Ours has a smart tailgate feature where you can just approach it with your proximity key. You don't have to do anything. As long as you stand near it, the trunk will open. So really great system. I have a number of videos on our YouTube channel about the smart tailgate. Feel free to look them up on our channel, and you can see what that means. But that is where the EX Premium, that's where it adds. Now the other thing I like is LED taillights, LED side view mirror lights, like signal lights, and the automatic folding power mirrors as well. So the whole mirror assembly folds in automatically. Blind spot detection and rear cross traffic alert are also on the EX Premium. So this car is going to have the really nicer looking lights, the LED tail lights. Those power folding mirrors are cool. And again, blind spot detection if you want that EX Premium and above, and rear cross traffic alert as well. So when you're backing up, if you can't see what's coming at you, in your backup screen and in your dash, it'll warn you if something's approaching you that you maybe can't see because there's a van beside you. So a smart system there. We talk about rear cross traffic alert again on our YouTube channel. You can look that video up as well. All right, EX Premium also has leather seats, which has automatic temperature control, so that'll be dual zone automatic climate control, and auto defog system. So if it senses your windshield's fogging, it'll just defog it for you in the auto setting. All right, moving up to the EX Tech. So we've got 3 levels of EX, EX Premium, and EX Tech. These are all-wheel drive. So the EX Tech model, LED headlights. So like I said, I think this is where it's coming in. Again, this information can always change, but this is where I expect to see those LED headlights. Automatic high beam control, which means it can dim and brighten your high beam based on traffic patterns that are coming. That's a cool feature. We should do a video on that. In fact, we will do a video on that when this car comes out. We'll drive it at night and we'll show you how that works. All right, interior features, heated rear seats. So heated rear seats from here on, air-cooled front seats. So we do that a lot, ventilated front seats. You're looking at EX Tech to get the ventilated front seats in the 2020 Sportage. The 8-inch screen now has navigation in the EX Tech. That's sort of standard with what we do now. Harman Kardon sound system, UVO intelligence with telematics. Now, the UVO intelligence is our app system. You can start the car from your phone, you can lock it, do all those kinds of things from your phone. It's 5 years free, it gives you roadside assistance, lots of things right from the buttons on the mirrors. People have been asking me, do I still get HomeLink? Because what used to be is we put the buttons in the mirrors and your HomeLink buttons would disappear. So you can get HomeLink as well on this trim level with the UVO intelligence. So I'm not sure where those buttons will be, maybe on the mirror, but if you're used to not having a garage door opener in your car and you want to just hit the button to open the garage door, that's integrated in the car, and that keeps those garage door openers are notorious for rattling and squeaking, and they're just ugly. And I don't think you need them in there. You know, for safety wise, you don't want those things flying around in a crash as well. So HomeLink comes with that. That'll open your garage door. All right, USB charging points, satellite radio as well. It comes in at the EX Premium model now. So a lot of our cars that used to have satellite radio, they put Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in instead. If you want both, you move up to the EX Tech model. EX Tech, there we go. All right, finally the SX trim, that's where you get the 2-liter turbo engine. Most fun engine. Garth, one of our sales people here, drives that one with the turbo engine, very powerful. You also get larger front brakes in that car. Very similar, it's got a smart cruise control with stop and go, so that's a feature change. Smart cruise control, of course, keeps the distance between you and the car ahead of you. With stop and go means that if you're driving home from Toronto and it's busy traffic, you can set the cruise at 100 or 120, and if you're in stop and go traffic, the cruise control itself will bring the car right to a stop. When the car ahead of you starts moving, it'll come back up. Some of the smart cruise control systems out there will cut off if it goes below a certain speed. And you'll have to resume control yourself. So the smart cruise control, you're looking for it to say with stop and go if you want that full feature that allows it to basically drive itself or accelerate and brake itself in heavy traffic. Otherwise, it'll just, if you don't have it with stop and go, it'll still work. You go set it for 100 kilometers an hour, you approach a truck that's going 90, it'll keep its distance, the truck moves out of the way, you'll keep going. But the stop and go feature is really the one you want if you're doing a lot of commuting in traffic. It just takes a lot of the stress out of there. So again, EX Tech, D-cut steering wheel, paddle shifters on there, sport pedals, you know, just some trim details that look nice. Advanced forward collision avoidance, parking sensors front and rear. I believe somewhere in here was lane keeping assist, and I don't remember what trim level it came in, so I passed over that somewhere. We'll have to update you on that. It may be in every trim level, I'm not sure. Sorry, lane keeping assist comes in at the EX. So lane keeping assist is a camera in the mirror that sees the lines in front of the car. Now lane departure warning just warns you if you leave the lane. Lane keeping assist literally keeps you in your lane. It'll steer the car for you yourself. You can turn it off if that seems to freak you out, but I've driven them, I love this feature. So what you can do is you can set it up to just warn you when you're leaving the lanes, just beep. You can turn it off completely. So there's 4 options. Turn it off completely, warn you when you're leaving the lane. The next option is to, as you approach the lane marker, it'll steer you back in. So it gives you some ability to steer within the lane without steering itself. The one I like is the active feature. The active feature sets it up so that it keeps you centered in the lane. When it sees the lane marker, there's a light on your dash telling you it's working, and you can feel the car kind of correcting itself, steering. You can always steer past it, but it's a great feature. You sit there and look at your radio for 2 seconds, and you can drift in your lane. You know, you're not out of control, but you can drift in your lane. That feature keeps you centered in your lane. It's awesome, really works well. So that, again, that is on the EX trim for the lane keeping assist. All right, moving on. We talked about SX. I've got 3 different wheel patterns here. So the LX has 1 wheel pattern. This one here looks to be similar to our SX, so that's the biggest wheel, and there's an EX. All the wheels look a little bit more aggressive this year. So it's LX, EX, and SX, and it is a 17, 18, and 19-inch wheel. So 3 different wheel sizes on there. And moving on again. Oh, we should talk pricing. We have pricing, basically right in line with what we are right now. Not much difference. So where are we here? Let's give you all the pricing I have. $25,795 is where it starts, LX front wheel drive. $27,795 adds all-wheel drive and a little bit of trim changes with the bumper. $31,695 moves you up to that EX trim, lane keeping assist, power seats, all that kind of stuff, smart push button start. $34,695 is the EX Premium. That's where you get those LED taillights, smart power liftgate, leather seats, blind spot detection. $37,995, you're getting those LED headlights with the automatic high beam. You're getting heated and cooled seats and HD radio, UVO intelligence, satellite radio, navigation as well at that level. Moving up, $39,995, so that's the top end, just under $40,000 is that SX model with the turbo engine. So that turbo engine is the same engine as we use in the 4-cylinder Stinger, so a very fun engine to drive. Still a 6-speed transmission in this car. Stinger has an 8-speed. So moving on, colors: snow white pearl, black cherry, scarlet red, steel gray, storm blue, modern bronze. So very similar. I think all of those are available right now. Dimensions are going to be very, very similar. Might be a few millimeters change here and there with a bumper change, but same basic platform as before. Sometimes they tweak suspension settings on these things. When they come in, we notice there's a ride difference, or they'll let us know later, yes, they did do some improvements that way. This spec sheet won't tell me some of that. So could be a little bit different drive than before. Measurements, we're going to move through that as well. Nobody cares how many millimeters of headroom you have. It's going to be perfectly comfortable for most people. And let's move to the last page here, if I can find it. There we go. What's going on? All right, so yeah, 2.4 liters, 2-liter engine. So we've got 181 horsepower, same as now. We've got 175 foot-pounds of torque on the base engine, and then we've got 237 and 260. So 237 horsepower and 260 on the turbo engine. Again, right around the same ballpark exactly. Fuel economy ratings that I have here, if they're accurate, this is going to be front-wheel drive is to be announced, but the all-wheel drive is 10.8 liters and 9.1 in city highway for a combined 10. All-wheel drive is 12.196 for a combined 11. That's city highway. Don't have front-wheel drive numbers yet, so that may be a slight difference on that one. That is basically everything I have. If you have questions about this car, let me just make sure there's nothing else here. Yeah, none of this matters to anybody. All right, so if you have questions about this car, give us a call. We're trying to be a leader with information online, and we're hoping that that earns your business, that you will consider shopping with us outside of our region, inside of our region. We're going to have more information about this car when it comes in. So subscribe to our channel. As soon as we have these cars, we'll have more information. As soon as we have more information, we'll let you know as well. And yeah, hopefully we can earn your business. We are a premium or platinum dealer. We just won a platinum award from Kia. We are a platinum dealer. You can experience the difference in working with us. Part of the reason we're doing these videos is to show you that we're hopefully a step above maybe other dealers around. So there you go. There's information on the 2020 Kia Sportage. 2019 is very similar. Now's a good time to get a great deal on those. So if you want to buy either of those, give us a call, 519-304-6542, and you can reach us online, www.brantfordkia.ca.